Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to Anime Kingdom. A couple of things. They are releasing the start of the AFK screen April 4th at 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time, and they are going to release the game fully at 4 p.m. the same day. So that is something. We finally have some news, but I have been grinding a little bit just to get some stuff and show you guys off. I have been making a drops team. I have a full team of 0.2 drops and 1 damaging unit, because I think that's probably like just the best way to go. I still can't really do the cursed school, which is pretty unfortunate. So I've just been doing this over and over and over again. If we can use actually our team for drops, and we can actually even take that guy off. And I don't have another guy, but we can just use this because these guys aren't very strong. But we can't unfortunately do the hardest one, so it's really hard to get the materials to make these guys shiny and everything. But if you look here, this guy is shiny with a sound Nichiren, which is just a sword. I'll show you guys that in a minute. I got that from the dungeons. And then he's doing 47,288. This guy over here is non-shiny with a flame Nichiren doing 48,280, which is pretty okay as well. He's gonna be doing a lot as a shiny. But if you look at the shop, I got the sound Nichiren sword from the beginner pack. It was 149. I gave you a little bit of potions and the sword. This one, 5% hit damage and 10% crit damage, which is pretty okay. And then this one you get from the dungeons. It's like a 0.1% drop or something like that. 0.02 times drops and 2.5 times attack speed, which isn't too bad either. But there we go. Let's go all the way over here. We did get this guy. We don't have any accessories as well. We also need 100 more gems to upgrade our range. But if we hit best for that, we have all of these guys except one with a mythical ability. We have a bunch of holies. We also did get Blitz in the last video, but obviously you guys saw it didn't really work. But we have a bunch of things. Plunder 1, blah, blah, blah. I'm only going to show you guys this and above. Prosperity 3 is 0.2 luck. Plunder 3 drops. Shrink, 20% hit damage, 100% walk speed, and 40 attack damage. It's pretty good. I think it's probably better, than enlarge. Maybe large is better. Iron Fist gives 70% hit damage, minus 50% walk speed. Have not gotten the Foxfire yet. Holy, 90% hit damage, 150% walk speed, which is pretty good. Midas's Touch, which is probably the worst of these three that I've seen. 75% hit damage, and it gives minus 20% attack speed and 25% walk speed. And it gives 0.4 yen, which is pretty nice, but it does give a little bit less damage. So I think Holy is probably the best, and then Blitz is probably second best. I don't know about Foxfire, and I have not gotten a secret yet. But let's just go on one of these and spin. I don't really trust the auto spin right now because, like you guys saw last video, it spins past your stuff that you have sometimes. Okay, well, we got another one of those, so I guess it's fine. I guess we will spin off of this guy. Why not? Yeah. Okay, maybe we can get the Foxfire. Not too sure what that does. Okay, got it again. 3, 2, 1, boom. Alright, nothing. But we do have some pretty good stuff there. Let's go over here and level, 40, 40, 40, 44. Oh, they're all leveled up. Okay, well, that is nice then. Alright, so let's go all the way over here. And I want to do this dungeon. Boom, easy difficulty, of course. Alright, I want to do the dungeon, and I'm going to have the team on right here. Instead of this guy, I obviously want this guy. Once it gets a little bit harder, I'll probably take off this guy, put on this guy. But I normally go to like around stage 10 and then just give up because it gets just way too annoying. We do have a damage potion I might as well use. My current DPS looks like it's about 179,000, which it's not true. Because, I mean, as you can see, I'm going up to 300k. Earlier, I was going up to like 1 million. So I don't necessarily know how the current DPS really works. There's also no area to show your total DPS or your like max DPS or anything like that. So that's kind of annoying as well, but I guess it's fine. what I'm gonna do is go through all of this until I start struggling, and then we can back out and spend all of these trying to make my secret shiny. Hopefully I get it. I actually made this guy shiny once I got like 70, or actually I believe I had like 67, and I risked it. I believe if it fails, the unit gets deleted. However, I didn't fail, so I was very, very lucky. But we can try that with the secret once we are done with this dungeon. Alright guys, so let's defeat this guy, get to stage 10. I'm not even going to do stage 10, but I have been to 16. The first one, as you guys saw last time, was, I believe, a 1 extra star open, which is pretty nice. Let's just leave here. Shiny crater. So, not too bad stuff. So all the way over here, it's very annoyingly far away. Hopefully whenever the game releases, or maybe like an update after, they would make it so you can just like click there and teleport to whatever. That will be really, really nice. I also have not gotten the last quest for the index area for Cursed School. But I mean, I don't really care about the yen right now. What? I'm pretty sure that the shiny machine was right there. Huh. Okay, well let me look for in a different location, I guess. Weird. But also I want to see if I try and make someone shiny, if I fail, does it actually delete them? Is something I'm pretty curious about. I imagine it probably will. But yeah, this is also different. This was not like this before, so I mean that's cool. They must have done some updating, but I'm gonna go look for the shiny machine because I'm pretty sure it was just right here. It might just be something with the lobby. I'm not really too sure. Okay, guys, so it looks like they put the shiny creator just back at the start, which I actually do enjoy because it was annoying how far it was. All right, let's oh, I don't want to use any of those guys, honestly. I guess we'll use one of these guys. Let's see. Let's just put one in there. So success rate of 1. Let's hope I fail. There we go. And you lose the warrior. Yes, which is pretty unfortunate, but completely fair, honestly. So we have an 80% chance here. Let's hope we don't fail. So you actually have to unlock them, which is, I guess, nice. There we go. All right, this will be about 100k, like a 98k unit or a 96k. If I make this. I know I was lucky last 2 times. I did a 50% and then a 60% and got them both. But this is 80%. Please give it to me. Ooh, nice. Okay. Really, really nice. 84k. Oh, right. So they're not actually a 100% boost. So whenever you make a shiny, if we look here, level 1 is doing 171 also, which is really, really good. But a shiny, if it was double, would be doing around 342, I believe. And it's only doing 299. So it's about a 1.75 times increase or something along those lines. So not as good as other games, but it's also still pretty good. All right, we have that. We also do need more so we can change the stats on this guy, because if we look at this guy, his stats are probably not very good. 0, 5, 4, and 2. Yeah, not very good at all. So we will get a little bit more of those and try to increase that. We don't have any potions or anything for drops, which is pretty unfortunate, but it's okay. You can get potions from the dungeon area. And then the raids we've already shown off, and then stat changer I'll show off again in a minute. But if you go all the way over here, that is still the passive guy. I guess we might as well just change our passive. We do have a couple more passive spins, 23 to be exact. Let's spin on this guy, because if I do prosperity 3, not bad. If I do end up getting a secret, this guy will still be on my team, because I mean that'll still be very, very good, obviously. But I don't want to spin on other guys that are trash. Shrink, not bad, and nothing. Okay, so a Plunder 3 is only 1.6%, so it's actually not that bad. I feel like I get way more Plunder 3s than Prosperity. But I would say the biggest tip is, as soon as you start out, as soon as you get to this area, whatever units you have, I would recommend getting a full Plunder 3 team, or at least starting off getting Plunder 1s and 2s, and until you get a full Plunder 3 team. Because as far as I know right now, none of these give you extra drops, unless Foxfire does. But the secrets might. However, the secrets are obviously way harder to get than the mythic passives. But none of these three so far give you any drops. So Plunder 3 is the best. You want to have a full team, because then whenever you do raids or the dungeons, you will be getting more materials, like the passive tickets or gems or the materials to make them shiny and stuff like that. I don't know if it actually affects your chances of getting things like the sword or potions or anything like that, but the thing is over here. The dungeon opening area is just right over here. You can actually join other people's if they are searching, even if they're not in your server, which is pretty cool. I can't join, but I'll show you guys what all they drop in just a minute. But for now, I guess let's go over here and test out our damage on the boss. The boss does die pretty fast. I believe once you start getting around 10% of his DPS down, you actually start getting his money. So then you can start AFKing, which is really nice. It also kills your frames whenever you start attacking this guy for whatever reason. But yeah, I'm jumping up to around 1.3, 1.4 million DPS, which is actually pretty good. And that's honestly all thanks to this guy at Shiny doing 84k. This guy doing 47k, which is also a big amount. Once we need to definitely make these guys shiny as well, because then this guy will be at around like 55-ish probably, or 54-ish. This guy will be, I don't know, like 43, 44, around there. Same with these guys, which would be really nice. But I definitely want to turn these guys' damage up, because this guy's getting actually minus 7% hit damage, which is pretty bad. This guy is getting 6%. So I want to try and get this guy to like a maybe like a 7 or an 8. He'll be getting like 10% more damage, which would be really, really nice as well. But as of right now, he's still kind of in. If this guy were to get a like your VIP unit were to get a mythic passive, he will still be on my team. However, you can't make him shiny, and you can make every other unit shiny. So once you get more late game, he won't be as good, but early game, he's definitely really, really good. Because let's look at this one more time. The exclusive guy does 83 at the start, and I mean these guys, these legendaries are only doing 43. The difference between units also through worlds aren't very good. So if you get a like mythic from the first world, he'll probably like still be better than like he's barely going to be worse than these mythics. So if we look here, this guy is at ABC City. He's doing 87. This guy's doing 91. So it's not that big of a difference. If you get a mythic early on and you get a good passive, he's probably still going to be on your team even once you get to the very, very end. I mean, I guess you can only get passive once you get to the end. But I mean, if you get a secret, he's probably going to be on your team the entire time unless you get a full team of these secrets here. So it's just like, I wish that like maybe here this guy would do like 43 and then here this guy would be like 60 or something like that. Like a little bit bigger an increase, because you don't even really need to change out your units, which is kind of a weird thing that they did. But this secret is obviously super, super OP. So that's really, really nice. You can also make sure to do all of your tasks and all these rewards as well to get your yin boost and your mount. The shop, like I said, I don't know if they're going to be adding different packs. I haven't bought this yet because we will be getting reset. All the content creators will be getting reset on release. But I'm not too sure if they're going to be adding packs through there, like the beginner pack. I imagine that they might, but all of these are... We also do have a passive luck, actually. So your guys' passives may be way harder to get than mine. I'm not really too sure how that works. But with all of the passive, or the passives, and by passives, I mean the luck, just the luck game passes, we are at a 4.3 luck multiplier without any units giving us extra luck, without any luck potions or anything like that as well. So that's pretty decent. We're getting 4 stars per open, not terrible. 2.2 XP, 2.05 drops, and we're getting 2.05 by the way, because if we unequip this, we'll be getting just 2. Yeah, but the sword I have equipped on this guy is giving me a 0.05 multiplier, which is okay. And obviously I do have the game pass as double drops as well, so that's why it's up there. With the full team of Plunder 3 and 1 DPS unit, just because the DPS unit is just way better, makes it a lot faster. I'm getting 4.05, or if I take this guy off, put another Plunder 3 that I don't have, I'd be at 4.25 as well. All right, so I'll see you guys back once the dungeon opens and we can go check that out and see what all it drops as well. Okay, guys, well, the stat changers also moved from all the way over there to over here, which is super, super nice. And I did already do this guy. He has an 8 on here, so he's getting, instead of negative 7.5%, he's getting 43% more damage, which is really good. I imagine a 9's 50 and maybe a 10's like 75%. I'm not really too sure. But these are fine. I don't really have more of those. I'm like, walk speed's not very important. Attack and ultimate speed, obviously pretty important though. But what I want to do is kind of just sit here and spin on this. Maybe I can get this guy to 10, 10, 10. Obviously, it doesn't really matter because he's not going to be great anyway. But I have a bunch of extra of I have a bunch extra of these guys, and I don't really of these like swords, and I don't really have anything else to use them on. Now, if I were to go back to the first area and get a secret, that would probably be a really good play. So that might be a really big tip for you guys. Ooh, that was a 9. That looked cool. That'll be probably a pretty big tip for you guys. Is I would do that because it is, or at least like the nice, either the first or second area. I would try and get a secret because the materials to actually get are a lot better, a lot easier to get than everywhere else. Like the last world, I still can't really do like the last world, the raid in the last world. I can kind of do the third world, but the first and second I can definitely do. So I would definitely recommend doing that. Simply because I mean I think it'll give you guys a pretty big increase. Obviously, once you get strong enough, go ahead and get the last units. You know, they're obviously the best units in the game. However, that being said, you guys saw the index. There's not really that big of an increase in damage from like the first world mythic and like the last world mythic or anything like that. So I think it might be worth it to try and get the first world secret, or at least the second world secret. That way you can just get a bunch of the stuff so you can make him shiny and then max out all of his stats as well, and then he'll be a lot stronger because as you guys see, I don't know what the 10 on this one is on hit damage, but I imagine it's probably like 75%. So getting 75% extra damage is going to be absolutely huge on them. If you were to get 75% extra damage on his hit damage on his stats, he's a world like 1 secret. It's going to be a lot better than a world 4 secret that you can't really get these spins too easily on. But we still have 79. That's not terrible. Let's keep spinning and see if we get anything good. I mean, we do have 2 secret passives or 2 secret stats, which are really nice. I wish that there was a way to see... Ooh, 9. I wish there was a way to see what exactly their percent chance of getting is. Like a 9 is like a 0.5% chance or something like that. I wish it would tell you, but, I mean, it's okay. It will obviously take a lot. So he's getting like 20%. He's not doing too great, but I mean 18,000 isn't terrible, especially without a good passive. This guy's doing 75,000. I mean, this guy, if I get his this up to like an 8 and this up to an 8, he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with, especially if I end up getting some more of whatever I'm talking about. Some more a better passive on him, and then some more of that. Okay, but we can increase this range to 30. So let's see. It's let's just like look at it from here. It's like this. Upgrade. That's actually a pretty big increase. I can't lie. Like it's not crazy or anything, but it's actually not that. You can also auto skip it for 199. I'm not gonna be doing that, but I mean that's not terrible. I mean that's a pretty decent. Pretty decent, I guess. So definitely get gems to do that. I don't think that there's any other reason to spend gems right now. Also, is this changed? No, this is still the same. Okay. Well, let's go over here to the dungeons over here in the 4th area. I think we still have like 5 more minutes until it opens. But I've been playing for, let's see. I've been playing for a little over 8 hours now. It doesn't tell me how many dungeons or raids I've done, but I think in here it does. So we have 7 minutes. That's a minute. But if we come over here, I think it tells you how many you've done inside the raid thing. So we've done, let's see here. We have done, okay, well, I can't see. I think we've probably done about like 20, 25 in total, and I haven't ended up getting an accessory. It's a 1% chance for one of the accessories and a 0.5 for the other accessories. And as you can see, I have not gotten one, so I have no idea what they do. I have no idea if you put them on your units. If we look at the units though, there is like another spot. So actually, let's see here. Can I put 2 swords on 1 unit? Let's just like answer that real fast. Equip. You can. Okay. I don't know why I wasn't doing that. You can have 2 swords on 1 unit. So I imagine, well, I don't know. There's no area for this. Like, look, on this guy, he has like a sword spot, and these guys, they don't. So I have no idea. I don't know if you put the accessories on yourself to give you multipliers like a luck increase or something like that, or if you put them on your units for stuff like, you know, a little bit of damage or something like that. I honestly have no idea. I guess we'll have to figure out whenever the game fully drops. But let me sit over here for a couple minutes until the dungeon opens, and we can see what all drops it drops and all of the percentages as well. All right, guys, in just a couple seconds we can see. Boom. All right, so there are a bunch of different ones. You can also make them private or not. I don't know. I don't know if you share loot in this or not. I would assume so, but you can have easy, medium, hard, ruined, prison, hard, insane, extreme, and impossible. So I'm imagining no one's supposed to be at like medium until like a couple updates or anything like that, because obviously they are really hard. So impossible. So these ones don't have any accessory drops, and it gives you a little bit like a 1% increase every single area. Every single time you go up, it gives you a 1% increase on these. I imagine whenever they unlock or add, I guess, more areas, they will probably add those materials into here as well, or they'll be adding more dungeons. I'm not really too sure. But 229k to 2.7 billion, I cannot do billions. I do like a million DPS about, you guys saw, so nothing crazy. But you can get the sword, which is a 0.1% chance. We did get that. 0.15, I'm imagining that's an accessory. Have not gotten that yet. Have not gotten, or actually I have gotten a decent amount of these potions. You can't get actual potions though. You can start getting actual potions at 0.25% at the medium stage, but you can also get, you know, other things like that, blah blah blah. But once the game fully comes out, I will probably buy the regular potions pack to see how good they actually are. You know, I imagine it's like a one times, because these potions give you a 0.5x multiplier for 15 minutes. So if we look here, I guess just like, let's do yen. So at yen, we have a 4.6, and we add this, it goes up to a 5.6. So 4.6 to 5.6. So it's not actually giving you just like a base 0.5x. It's multiplying your stuff by 0.5, I'm pretty sure. So that's actually not too bad. But I think that will do. That should be all of the information you guys need about Anime Kingdom. That comes out on April 4th around 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time is when the game fully releases. At 10 a.m. is whenever you can, I imagine, just jump in the game and start looking at the AFK screen. You should probably be getting just a bunch of rewards for sitting in the game early. A lot of games have been doing that recently, where you can join in. You might be able to get a couple of game passes for free. You might be able to get some potions for free. Maybe some units, maybe. I'm not really too sure what all is going to be in the AFK area, but I know I'm definitely going to hop in there and hopefully get everything. Like I said, once again, though, none of my stuff will change, so it's not going to be super OP. So basically, I did all this grinding for nothing. But if you guys have any other questions about the game, let me know in the comments below. I can hopefully answer them. I don't know everything, but I believe I figured out most things about the game. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy, please like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!